NBA Finals going on right now between the Warriors and the Celtics. Series is tied 2-2. Steph is going crazy. But the discussion right now between fans is he a top 10 player all time? Welcome back to Mark My Words, Jay Duke.
Boy, Mark Brown.
And man, talking about Steph, man. Steph has been putting on the show, man. All 4 games so far. It's been a great series. Tied 2-2 between the Warriors and Celtics. But discussion, man, is he top 10 ever? Mark, what you think?
First off, let's talk about this crazy Game 4 performance. No, Game 3. I'm sorry. Crazy game. No, it's a Game 4, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this crazy Game 4 performance. 43 bones, man. Hey, what more Steph got to do? It's the talk of Steph choking in the playoffs, or particularly the finals. Steph having too much help, with it being the Warriors super team, and then the 2 years they had KD. I don't know what more Steph got to do, man. Obviously, I think the sore thumb in Curry's career is the year that Andre Iguodala won the Finals MVP. Me being a Bron fan, even though Bron them lost, I felt like if anybody should have got Finals MVP, that should have been Bron. But that's not how it works anymore. But I don't know what else Steph got to do, man. I don't know what Steph got to do. And this year, I don't know who's going to win the finals. I really don't. I like the Celtics and I like what they're doing, but I mean we still got possibly 3 more games to go. But if the Warriors finish out the Celtics, Steph should definitely be Finals MVP. And I think this is everybody's talking about how this season has been Jason Tatum's coming out year of superstardom. But I think this playoff run, Steph is like, okay, all right, I'm tired of all the slick talk and jabs and y'all discrediting me. Like I'm really him.
Yeah, for sure. Steph is clear cut the best player in this series. As far as the first 4 games, I know he's hit at least 5 threes in all 4 games. He's just putting on the show, man. You can tell he's locked in mentally. And he's performing like it. I mean, you can tell he's playing pissed off. He's playing like, he hears the critics and stuff. And I think the main knock, like you just mentioned, is he don't have a Finals MVP yet. And I think of course, he's gunning for the ring, to get his 4th one. But he's definitely going for that. And I think if the Warriors do win it, he'll definitely get it. I mean, I know Looney's been an X factor. Draymond's been underperforming, and Wiggins has been great, but he hasn't played at the level Steph has. Poole's been, kind of up and down, but Steph is clearly the Finals MVP if the Warriors win it. But now is the discussion: is Steph top 10 all time?
Well, first off, Kobe not being in some people's top 10, that still kind of grinds my gears. But again, and we talk about it a lot. There's 2 type of top whatever list. Is your list who you prefer, and then there should be a list of, okay, like these 10 guys are the best 10 guys to ever step foot in it. Like on my list, my top 10 favorite players, I'm gonna throw an AI in there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that Allen Iverson is a top 10 player in NBA history. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where we get misconstrued, or where these lists get misconstrued, because people throw in their preferences or their favorites or their bias. You know what I mean? Rather than just naming the top 10 players. So when it comes to these GOAT debates, when it comes to these top 5, top 10, top guys in the position, at some point we gotta let go of the bias, and we just gotta, like D Wade he is a top shooting guard in NBA history, but for whatever reason, people kind of throw his name out of there. But I think right now, if I had to answer your question, man, I don't know. I don't know if he's a top 10 player ever. If he is, I think he's on the back end, maybe number 10. but I don't know. We'll see. I think by the end of this playoff finals run, and within the next maybe season, I think we can definitely have a clear cut answer on whether he is or not.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Steph. People think Steph doesn't get a lot of hate. I think he does get some. I'm not saying he gets LeBron type level hate, but people do want to see Steph lose and Steph fall. There is a crowd of fans that are like that. I actually don't have him top 10, so let me read you off my top 10 all time, and I'm gonna just name the 10. I'm not in no order. Mike, Kobe, Bron, Kareem, Magic, Shaq, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, Wilt. And I think Steph is right outside the door with those guys, along with Hakeem, KD, and a couple others. But I still don't think he's top 10. Now, that's preference. You know what I'm saying? If he were to be 10, I think he would be the back end of 10, like you said, with those guys. But, I mean, it's all preference. I mean, he definitely has an argument, even still, with that.
If you can, and maybe a sentence or two, I guess, what separates those 10 guys that you just named, what separates them from Curry?
Well, all those guys are champions. All those guys are MVPs, superstars, changed the game. To be honest, bro, I don't think it's really any separation with it. Really, it's just if you ranking them, that's just you know what I mean. Like if somebody says Steph top 10, you really can't argue. You know what I mean? It's just if you're gonna rank it, as far as like somebody has to be on the outside. You know what I mean?
Katie made a great point on Twitter. Somebody asked him what he thought. Somebody asked him on Twitter what did he think consists in the best player in the league, and one of the attribute or one of the characteristics that he meant was height. If Steph Curry was 6'6", he might be a top 5 player of all time.
No,
And that's what and that was part of why I mentioned AI. I feel like if AI was taller, maybe 6'4", 6'5", maybe he'd be in some of the, I wouldn't say a GOAT debate, but he'd be more mentioned in those top 10, those top 5. He might even be the best shooting guard ever. Well, no, let me take that back. My bad, Mike. But he'd be, he'd be in that top 2, top 3 debate as far as best shooting guards. But I think it's crazy on how like every guy that you mentioned, and I don't think you did it on purpose, but every guy you mentioned in your top 10, which you didn't mention KD, by the way. Maybe we can touch on that later, but all of those guys that you mentioned are what 6'5", 6'6", and above,
at least.
height wise. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I think it's interesting characteristic on. I don't know if people do it purposely or if it's just a coincidence, but it does seem like height has something to do with it as well.
I think it's more of a testament to how dominant Steph has been for him to be that size and to be able to change the game and still, put up the numbers he does with him being that size. Not saying he's 5'6" or anything, but like for him to be considered a smaller guy in the league, especially now, like in a league dominated by wings, for him to be 6'3", with a smaller frame. I mean, he's stronger than people think, but for him to be able to be a killer and be dominant, at his size, it's crazy. But that is a good observation, though, as far as the top guys being bigger. That's just a testament to how he's changed the game, bro. Like, you got to just respect it. I mean, and he's just not out. He's not out there just throwing up a bunch of threes. I mean, as much as what I mean, whether that's what people think or that's kind of what the old heads think, whatever. I mean, he's extremely accurate and efficient in what he's doing. I mean, he's really the best ever. But it's shooting, so you just got to respect it.
Some respect on it, man. S. Dot Curry. Well, I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see what the Warriors. See how they finish out this series. And sleep on the Celtics, though, man.
Great series.
Udoka, the coaching staff, Tatum, Brown, Marcus Smart. Guys like Al Horford, man. They. So I'm interested to see. I think it's gonna go to 7, though, man. To wrap up the episode, I think it's gonna go to 7. And I don't know who gonna win. Who you got, dude?
I think Warriors. My original pick was Warriors in 6. If it goes 7, I wouldn't be surprised. They had to win 2 straight, but I mean, I definitely won't be shocked if it goes 7, but I'm gonna stay with my pick with the Warriors. I don't change up.